I didn't come to Bentley with my hand out. I came to Bentley with a great concept, and I said, hey, I can put up some money for the project.
Okay.
So that's where you have to come correct these days. It's like, if you're going to like
correct.
You gotta come correct. If you're going to like a major network like ABC, NBC, these Hulus and all like that, you go into them, with a concept, and then you hoping that they would pick it up and choose you, but you got to go through so many damn hoops. And by the time you just spent your wheels trying to get this project made, you should have just financed it, put the money up yourself, and it's much faster. And so we can't always rely on pitching something to a network and hoping. It's like, if you want to do that, pitch to a network, but also still get private money to do your own projects. You got to do both.
I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 million every week. I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 billion every week. I wanna be a billionaire. Billionaire, I wanna be a billionaire. Billionaire, I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 billion every week. I ain't gonna be a billionaire.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Sleep is for Billionaires, the podcast. I am your host, Jonni Vegaz. Now today, I got a very special guest on my show, ladies and gentlemen. You in for a treat, so take some notes. This man is an actor, producer, entrepreneur, has a new show coming out, House Out of Order. I'm talking about none other, Baron J. Littleton. How you doing, King?
On top of the world, brother. Thank you.
I love the vibes, man.
Man, thank you for having me here, man. It's great to be amongst the living and speaking to you, man.
Likewise, man. Thank you for coming through, man. I know this show's been long overdue, man. We've been trying to set it up for quite some time, but we finally here.
We are here.
Right, man. So how you doing, man? And that question goes a long way with these dark and challenging times amongst us, man. So how are you doing, brother?
Man, I got to say, I'm on top of the world. I'm doing excellent in life. I can't complain. Even if you try to complain, what's the reason of complaining? Good health. Health is the number one thing. Good health. Good fucking health. So that's number one, because without your health, what do you have? Just think about Steve Jobs. He had all those billions, but if he could have paid, if he said, I'll give you all my Apple stock, all my money to have my health back, he would have done that.
Right.
So I'm just thankful for God for waking me up this morning and giving me great health. You gotta take care of your body. It's important. That's like more important than anything else. Take care of your body. When you take care of your body, taking care of your mind. That's why I drink my water. I do my walking. I take my sea moss, get my minerals. That's what it's about.
Nah, same here, man. I just popped me a little Centrum from A to Zinc before I came over here.
Where you get it from? Right,
Walgreens.
Walgreens, all right. Buy some Walgreens stock.
Right, that part. Ooh, I like where this conversation is going already. But let's talk about the show first, man. You got a new show, House Out of Order, man. Where did this idea come from? What's the show about? Let's talk about that.
House Out of Order. Where did the idea come from? Well, the idea came from directly me collaborating with my co-creator, Chris Moore. So I wanted to do something, about a family that's dealing with, marriage, and, having a wife, having a girlfriend, things of that nature, because you really don't see that on TV. And some of the experiences came from my own personal life, and also came from other people's life that I observed. And then I just put it in a bowl, mixed it up, and it came out House Out of Order, because the house is not in order, it's out of order. And it's about, this character named James, who was married, and he get a divorce from his wife. But you know how, like, when most people get a divorce, they be like, I'm not moving. Like, you better move. Like, I'm not moving. Like, I'm not moving either. But they divorced, but they're still living in the same house. Nobody wants to move. So they live in there, and he's like, fuck it. You know what? He started dating someone else, and she's doing whatever she does, and he meets a girl, and he ends up marrying her, in Vegas, like elope. And he brings her in. He moves her into the house. Because they're divorced. They've been staying together for a year. He's like, hey, I told you, you need to move. And she didn't move, so he brings in his new wife. She's living there with his kid from his ex-wife, and she gets upset, and she's like, well, she moves in her mother-in-law, her mother, which is his mother-in-law, and they can't stand each other. She moves in, and it's just a freaking house out of order.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that sounds definitely out of order. I don't see what type of order is going to happen in that place. Somebody needs to move.
I've been married twice. Yeah, no, I've been married twice. Yeah, so I've been divorced twice. So
Yeah.
so
It'd be like that sometimes, man. Okay. Well, talk to me about the creative process, man. I mean, I know you just don't come up with an idea and now you got to show, some steps you got to take place. You got to hire the right people, hire the right team, and put those hours in. So what was that process like?
During the pandemic, we all had a lot of time on our hands.
I like that pandemic.
Yeah, sitting around thinking like, okay, what do I do? So during the pandemic, I created a lot of different things, and House Out of Water is one of them. So I called up Christopher Moore. He's a writer. He wrote on House of Pain. He worked with Tyler Perry. He did a lot of writing on those shows.
Nice.
And also, Christopher Moore has a show coming out with Tracy Edmonds, Deion Sanders' wife, and Queen Latifah. That's going to be on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it, but if you Google those names, the name of the movie will come up. And the reason why I met Chris Moore, I met him through Xavier Cantz, because we did a sitcom 4 years ago called Mia Casa, and he was a writer on there, and that's how I met him. And I called him up because I like his writing style. He's easy to work with. He's calm. He's relaxed. He's a professor at USC. He's a brother. And we were just chopping up, saying, I said, I want to do another show. Let's come up with an idea. So I'm throwing out ideas, we're brainstorming. And then we said, no, we got it. So I said, you know what, right. I said, we wrote up the synopsis, the characters. And I said, write the first episode. He wrote the first episode. And I said, okay, write 2 more. And then I said, no, I'm going to take this to Bentley.
Bentley Cow Evans.
I'm going to take this to Bentley Cow Evans, who's known for executive producing The Martin Show and the Jimmy Fox Show. Mm-hmm. And he owns a studio called Harvest Studios along with his partner, Trent Gums. Mm-hmm. So I went over there and was like, yo, got this idea for a show. And this is dope. I sent it to them, they read it. And then we were trying to get it done, but Bentley's schedule was so packed up with all the different other shows he was doing for all these other different networks and also his personal stuff. Mm-hmm. Then we finally got an opening, and he was like, wow, they like the show. Then Bentley said, you know what? Him and his partner said, I think we should do this for, not for, because I was trying to produce it for an American cast, but they had something in the back of their mind they weren't telling me, but they were trying to lead me that way. No, we should do it for, they said, have you casted the show yet? I was like, no, I haven't casted it yet. And I said, no, I haven't casted it. I said, I'm waiting on you guys, what I should do. And then they said, Billy would direct. I was like, oh shit, Billy would direct the show? I'm like, okay, that must be really good. Billy would have directed it, right. Because I'm just coming in like, I was going to hire my own director. I was going to do everything myself. But when they came on board, they were supporting 100%. Billy came on to direct, and they helped produce it and get everything done. He said that we should go with the Caribbean cast because we have a relationship with Flow Network. Mm-hmm. Flow Network is a network in the Caribbean, which is similar to Spectrum or Comcast here in the United States. But it's called Flow over there. So you got Flow Jamaica, Flow Trinidad, Flow something else, where the Caribbean countries they are, and they air our show on that network. So it's real big over in the Caribbean. So it's like there's niches in the riches, or riches in the niches, one of those. Yeah. So it's over there. And so the Caribbean people are yearning and they're hungry to see themselves on TV. They want to see themselves on TV, not in a stereotypical way, but just in a regular life way. They just have to be characters that are from Caribbean descent. So it's a big hit, and we shot 10 episodes. It started off with just like, okay, we're gonna do 3 episodes. They went from 3 to 4 episodes. They went from, after 4, then we did all right, let's do a season, then did 6 episodes. So we shot 1 season. And so the creative process is like, you got to be able to meet people halfway, because Harvest Studios and Billionaires, they have what they want to do, you have what you want to do. So you just come in the middle and you meet, right? Like a marriage. You can't always get your way, they can't always get their way, but you want to do what's best for the project. Because I was supposed to play the character of Xavier in the show. I wrote myself in the show to play Xavier because I'm like, no, I haven't acted in a while. I'm going to get myself out there, do some more acting on this sitcom. But when they switched to Caribbean characters, it didn't make sense for me to be an American in the 5 major cast members when it worked out. So that's when Rade came on board to play that role, and it's much better. See, and that's the difference between being a leader. You can do what's best for the project and not have egos like, oh no, I'm the executive producer, I'm the creator, I'm playing that role. No matter what, Well, it would have probably messed up the show because it wouldn't have fit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
It would make sense. Yeah. So it makes more sense that way. So they end up creating the character. I think Cardia, she ended up creating the character for me where I'm the bar owner in the show.
Yeah.
So everybody comes, hang out at my bar, you know, for comedy, to relax. And then their son, he must be a stand-up comedian, so he gets a gig performing at the club.
Right.
So it still worked out perfect. I'm still in the show. You know, I'm the bar owner, and then I hire this lady named Serb.
Okay.
She's a singer and a bartender. So she hosts and she brings people in to perform. And Serb, her real name is Jovan Marie in real life, and she's an actual singer in real life.
Right.
You can check her out on our Instagram for Jovan Marie, the number 4, Jovan, Jovan, Marie, Marie. She's a very good artist. And this was her first time acting. And people are like, blown away. This is your first time acting because she's so natural, she's so good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that came from her training and singing. You know, being trained as opera, you know, being the right lyrics and, you know, performing live, remembering lines. Because it's the same thing, you know, when you're singing and performing, you're using your vocals to express.
Right.
But now you're still using your vocals, but now you have your body to express. So it's like it just came natural for her.
Yeah.
I'm like, she remember lines quick as hell. I'm like, damn, you know. I'm like, yeah, she's very good.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad, and it's funny you mentioned that because, you know, I wrote music as well, still do. So it's like, as we're kind of training ourselves to memorize our lines when we perform. So when I took, you know, tried the acting stuff and started remembering my lines, it was easy for me as well because I was used to rehearsing and remembering lines. So I can see how her being a natural performer and remembering lines so easy comes natural because she was kind of breeding herself for being in front of the camera from the beginning. So that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. And, you know, congrats on you guys, man, putting that together, man. So when it comes to, when you actually decided, you got the project together, you decided to get Bentley involved, you know, what was the, how can I say this? How did you, what does that type of budget looks like? You know, when it comes to, okay, do you have to come to a gentleman like Bentley, like, look, I got this much to produce this type of show, show me what to do with it to execute? Is it that's how the conversation will go?
Well, right now, NBT is called National Black Television. You can check them out online, nbtme.com. It's called National Black Television, and you can download the app on your Roku or your Apple or your Amazon Fire Stick to watch their shows, or you can download the app to watch their shows. So when I came to Bentley, I didn't come to Bentley with my hand out. I came to Bentley with a great concept, and I said, hey, I can put up some money for the project. Okay. So that's where you have to come correct these days. It's like, you know, if you go into like
correct.
You gotta come correct. If you go into like a major network like ABC, NBC, these Hulus and all like that, you go into them, you know, with a concept, and then you hoping that they would pick it up and choose you, but you got to go through so many damn hoops. And by the time you just spent your wheels trying to get this project made, you should have just financed it, put the money up yourself, and it's much faster. And so we can't always rely on pitching something to a network and hoping. It's like, if you want to do that, pitch to a network, but also still get private money to do your own projects. You got to do both. I look at it as like being a farmer. Like, if there were no grocery stores, what I'm going to do? I'm not going to eat anymore, but I'm going to figure out how to farm. I'm going to figure out what seeds I need to get, the soil, water it, and things like that, so that I can eat. And that's the same thing when producing a project. You got to partner with other farmers so that you can produce the food so you can eat. So in TV and movies, you got to partner with other producers, writers, and creators so that you guys can use your resources and money to get the project done. Right. So if all the grocery stores just shut down, what you gonna do? You gonna stop eating? No, I'm gonna be out there. Okay, what I'm gonna do? You gotta figure out how to fucking produce it so you can eat. Right. So if you love acting, writing, producing, or being in front of the camera or whatever, you need to figure out how to do it. Right. And that's first of all, getting access to capital, which is very challenging. Getting access to capital and putting together and working with other team members, because you gotta bring something to the table.
Yeah, you definitely gotta have skin in the game, bro. Like that's what it's about, you know, because people don't want to do things for free. You know, people's time is valuable, and now with COVID amongst us and this uncertainty of life, you know, even more so, right? You know, you don't want to waste your time. So when you come to someone of significance with a project, you know, you should have some skin in the game so they can take you more seriously.
Right. Yeah, and my train of thought is that, when we're doing these projects independently, we are not able to pay, the crew and actors as if they were working for these major networks. You're not able to pay that, but people are able to come together. They see your vision and they're able to get a little something. They're okay with that because they're not only doing what they love to do. People came out here to be able to act, to be able to write, to produce, to do production design, to do grip. So they're not getting paid top dollar as if they're working for the majors, but you're getting something. And it's more family and it's more fun anyway. You're working with your own kind, your own people. Like on our sets, we crew and background, it's like 99.9% all black people working.
Right.
And when you go outside of us, it's like the opposite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we are able to get people like, you know what? They work for major studios and other networks. They're like, yo, we get paid more money when we work for them, but we take a pay cut and work here because we doing it ourselves. We owning it. We part of it. We working with our own people, our own culture.
We control it.
Yeah, we control it. And it's like, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome.
And also, I'm gonna tell actors, actors out there that got like big names, you got a big name, a big following. A lot of those actors are not thinking like business people. They're thinking like employees. They think like, well, since I have this name, I'm gonna go to the network. The network just supposed to give me a show or whatever. But I don't understand why they don't take their money and produce their own show. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense to me. But they take their money and go buy that corporation's Bentley or Mercedes Benz or jewelry, which they'll benefit from, where they can take that money and benefit from a show that they own. They own the IP.
I agree 100%. I think more education, given from you and other entrepreneurs out there. I think highlighting that type of education is what's gonna move the needle forward. Because a lot of us, all we know is I want to be an actor, right? But in hindsight, is you want to be an employee.
Right.
Like you say, I want this job. I want to be an actor. That's the role I want to play. That's the job I want. But there's so many roles within this entertainment business, even behind the camera. There's more roles behind the camera than in front. And a lot of people are not privy to that because all they see for me, for example, I grew up in the Bronx, right? I'm in the hood just watching TV and all I see was in front of me, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to rap. I want to do that. Yeah. I don't see the grips. I don't see the producers. I'm not looking at the credits.
Right.
I do now,
but
we're not taught that. So it's like if more people talk about the greatness behind the scenes and what you could do, I think that'll move the culture forward.
Yeah, on the point of that, I'm the founder of the Baron J Foundation. We work with underserved youth. We help transform their mindset using financial literacy, creative arts, immersive technology, and life skills. And we do our programming in the schools during classroom time. But some of that has changed since of COVID. So we do a lot of stuff Zoom or pop-up workshops. But how I got into one of the reasons what motivated me to do a sitcom is so that I can give students in high school and college opportunity to job shadow and intern on our production.
Nice.
So we had at least about 20 students job shadow and intern on our TV sitcom House Out of Order. So they got a chance to work in construction, set design, camera, sound, hair and makeup, wardrobe, doing the test COVID kits, doing many different jobs on the set, and then to talk to the people that are doing those jobs and build those relationships, doing cost sheets. So it was an amazing opportunity for them to give them that access and that opportunity to build their resume, to build their confidence, to build their awareness. Because I kind of had the opportunity one time when I was 16, when I was a PA on a music video for Jade. It's an R&B group called Jade. I was part of a summer video workshop in Detroit when I was 16, and then our teacher knew the director that was producing the Jade video. So he allowed us to go work on the video shoot. You know how excited I was to work on a damn video shoot in Detroit at 16? Man, I was like,
you thought it was your video.
I was like, man. When I went home that night, I was telling my uncles, my cousins, I just did this, I did that. I was so excited. And they opened for what do they call it?
What?
You have the table, you have the four to keep the table up.
Oh, the stand.
Yeah,
right?
the stand. Yeah.
Table stand.
I focus on four major things that are important, and then everything else I just put on the table that's not really a priority.
Got it.
So like, what I focus on right now is the cannabis business.
Okay.
The TV business, outside of doing sitcoms. My nonprofit.
Okay.
And then also managing my artist, Javon Marie.
Mm-hmm.
So those 4 things.
Okay.
Anything else is not really a focus. If people come to me, I just put it on the table and I get to it when I can.
Right.
And one thing I do in balancing is that I delegate a lot. I don't do everything. So I have partners. Like in my cannabis business, I have a partner, I have a master grower. With the TV sitcoms, I have Harvest Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not me doing everything. I can't get all this stuff done with just me. I'd fucking be crazy.
Right.
So you have to be able to partner with the right people and trust and believe in what they bring to the table, because you can't do everything.
No, that's great, and I've been learning that a lot as well. To like delegate and just sometimes just cutting things off, not even putting things on the table, just throwing it away. Like, okay, that's not really the best use of time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, and I could appreciate that, man, because it's hard, man.
And another thing, I don't like saying no to people, because sometimes people like, I want to do it, but I just don't have the capacity or the time. But I don't like to say no, and I just think like, okay, you just be persistent, and then when the time presents itself, like, okay, I can do it now.
Right.
But sometimes I gotta figure out a way to tell people, what, I really want to do that. I really like it, but this is not the right time. Just come back to me and ask me again and see where I'm at in my headspace.
You know what I heard a long time ago? Telling people no is a skill. Because some people can't. Some people ain't really got thick skin. They care too much, but people think they want to be liked all the time. But it's like, sometimes saying no is what's better for you in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what it is? I don't want to discourage them. That's what I have to probably, it's me thinking about them. Because I tell them no, I don't want to discourage them from not doing it. I want you to still do it, even though I said no. Still do it. It's a great idea. It's just that I can't do it right now. But still keep moving forward. So maybe I need to tell people that.
Absolutely, man. Or even showing people how to do it,
and
then just give them the information and run with it. And you'll be surprised. That go a long way, man. They'll send you gifts when they get their first $1 million or whatever the case may be. But you still manage to help them in some way, shape, or form. Now, whether they appreciate it or not, that depends on the type of person you're speaking to. But that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, that's awesome, man. And I'm glad you highlighted it on balance, because, it's good for me to hear that, man. Because that's another reason why I kind of, I was telling you before, I was doing music, I was doing acting, I was doing writing, all type of stuff. And then when the pandemic hit, I couldn't get no acting jobs to save my life, bro. So that's why I kind of started my own brokerage and started facilitating transaction between governments and hospitals for the PPE stuff. And then that slowed down when the global supply chain thing shut down, so nothing was coming in. So then I got my real estate license and then just solely focusing on that and sold that. That's been working out for me. So, just positioning yourself in the right way, especially in an industry that's recession proof, that's COVID proof, that you can still benefit from to kind of fund your dreams. I feel like, can help a lot of entrepreneurs in this space. But no, that's great, man. So which of your endeavors you say is working the best for you? Are they all working great equally?
Well, I'd say the one that's working the best right now is the nonprofit in cannabis and cryptocurrency. I forgot to mention cryptocurrency. So it's like, cryptocurrency, nonprofit, TV. I'm missing something.
The artist.
The artist, yes, yes. So what's bringing in the money is cryptocurrency and the cannabis right now.
When you say crypto is bringing in the money, just investing in Bitcoin?
Investing in different cryptocurrencies, and when they go up, you pull out what went up. Exactly.
So during this bleeding that's happening in the crypto market, because I had to pull out a lot.
No, don't pull out. When it drops, you don't want to pull out. You want to stay in.
Yeah.
When people that pull out, because you're gonna lose money if you pull out.
Yeah, no.
So you got to hold on, because it's gonna go back up. Crypto, it works like in waves. It works like emotions. You're happy one day, you're sad, you're this. That's how crypto market is.
What cryptos are you excited about? That's gonna that you're real bullish on.
I kind of keep it simple. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then I have like a crypto advisor. He tells me some of these other coins that I should get in, and I buy those. And when they rise, I take the profits out. And then also, I'm a partner in the Duo coin. A Duo, it's a cryptocurrency platform. Yeah.
DOA?
It's ODUWA. ODUWA. Duo.io.
Can you talk about that project a little bit and what's going on with that?
Well, it's a crypto platform. We put a lot of money behind it for probably for like 7 years. It's like a cryptocurrency for Africa because a lot of people don't have banks, so they're able to use this currency to trade and to turn the African dollars into a dual coin. Yeah, so it's a really dope project. We just on December 3rd of 2021, we sponsored an event in Ghana. So people can learn more about the dual coin.
Okay.
And Bright Inubel is one of the co-founders. So check out Odua.io, ODUWA.io.
That's awesome. And how's that roadmap looking? You guys executing accordingly or what?
We executed. We're doing very well. I think the coin is like at 75 cents.
Nice.
Yeah, 75 cents. Yeah, and it's on a lot of those different exchanges like Coinbase and things of that nature. Yeah, so it's like I'm part of it, but I'm not deep into it. You see what I'm saying? I have the experts that's doing that part.
So question for you, and like you said, the experts, well, let's see. So how do you get a cryptocurrency coin on those exchanges? Like what's that process?
You have to pay for it.
Okay.
This is something you got to pay for everything. You have to pay to get your coin on those different exchanges.
And the prices vary?
The prices vary, and then you have to negotiate as well. You can be anywhere from like 50,000 to 100,000 to get your coin on exchange.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not really that much though.
Yeah, it's not that much. No, it's not. Because these platforms, they're like, hey, we're gonna charge you, but now you have all these eyeballs. Now more people have access to get your coin. You know?
Hell yeah.
The coin is not on Coinbase, but you can go to Coinbase and type it in, and you can see how much it's worth, but it's not on Coinbase. You can't purchase it on Coinbase.
How do you create your own cryptocurrency? Like, is it just straight software developers?
It's software developing. It's working with different developers to create it on a different platform. Yeah, it's basically that's another good career to go into, software developing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. They're winning right now. Developers, graphic designers, all these 3D animation artists. They're all winning right now, man. With this whole digital market. No, that's great to hear, man. I mean. Wow, man. I mean, it seems like you just can't be stopped, man. I mean, what's adding fuel to this fire? What's motivating you?
What's motivated me to keep going? I have to say that, before I transition and leave this third dimension, is that I want to exhaust all the God-given ideas and ability God has given me before I leave this earth. And I want to leave this earth better than when I came in. I want to leave my stamp on it. Okay, I made this better. I helped this many people. It's like a domino effect. You help one person, that person's going to help one person. Like Michael Jackson said, look at the man in the mirror. If you just help one person, then that one person's going to help somebody else. It's like, when you love, people give love. When people hate, they give hate. So it's like when people sometimes when people are molested, what happens is they molest people when they get older because that's what happened to them. A lot of people gave them to me, and that's why I'm such a giving person. So, but you can't use that excuse. If you got molested or something bad happened to you when you were younger, you still have to be able to reverse that and not do that to other people because you know what it did to you. And that's when people probably have to get counseling and things of that nature. Yeah, I think I answered your question.
No, you did in very detail, man. Congrats on that, man. I think helping people is everyone's purpose. They just have to find their own niche and own way on how to do it and being of service. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking that you got homeless people. And you got people with all these houses, with different rooms, like a 30-bedroom house, and there's only 2 people living in the house. Just imagine if everyone helped, who has a house, who has an extra room, help one homeless person for like 6 months to get on their feet. We end the homeless.
That's true.
Yeah. Because there's more of us that are doing well than there is homeless people.
Right.
So if one person just help one homeless person for 6 months, helping on their feet, it'll be gone.
Yeah, man, and it's just mind-boggling, the homelessness situation in LA, man. It's like becoming really rampant, and it's like how can you put your finger on the reasoning behind it? Some people blame it on mental health. Some people blame it on just bad luck. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I wish we could do more. I heard the city's trying to do a little bit more. They're opening up different pods for the homelessness, kind of cleaning up what's under the underpass, clean that up a little bit. So, yeah, man, my prayers go out to them, man, because, we only could do what we can do, so.
Right. So, for all you guys out there that want to do a TV show, just come to the table with some money. And sometimes if some people just have money and want to be a part of something, it's always good to invest in somebody else's project. Because sometimes I invest in other people's projects, not just TV or film, but it might be some other type of business in it. I like that, I want to be part of it. I don't have time to be hands-on, but I donate some money and get a return on it.
Yeah, get that EP credit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that credit takes you a long way in this town, that's for sure. When they ask you, what do you do? What have you done? You just show that resume. Yeah, it speaks for itself.
So, something that we're doing with Verizon, the Baron J Foundation, we're going to be working with Verizon, and also I just learned this yesterday at the barbershop. Less than 24 hours. Alton Glass is the co-founder of GRX Immersive Labs, and he's like the #1 African American in virtual reality, and we're doing a virtual reality music app. For Verizon. We started it 2 years ago and we got it up and going, then the pandemic happened. So now they're funding us again for us to complete it. Pharrell was the brand ambassador for the project, but his contract ended and Pharrell is over at Amazon now. So I was talking to Alton. I was like, we need to get another brand ambassador. I said, what about Kanye West? Hey, he's like, yeah, I said, well, I know his one of my friends manages Kanye West Chef, and I can reach out to them and see if they get the proposal to Kanye West. And if he likes it, he can negotiate with Verizon himself and get him paid. So I think that's something that Kanye should do because it's for the youth. It's a virtual reality music app where kids can go virtual reality and make music and export it out into reality. And that's a Kanye West. I think that'd be perfect for him from being from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He enjoys working with the youth. So. Yeah. That
right there, I love that idea, and I actually may have some additional partners for you. Remember the producers I was telling you about that I want to connect you with? So they actually have a big facility that's a music school where they have students come in, they learn music production, contracts, and all that stuff. So that type of stuff that you're talking about can be embedded in their curriculum to where you guys can kind of work together to, teach these students.
That's
you know what I mean? So, but yeah, we'll talk about that off camera and set it up. But yeah, man, and tell me a little bit about your cannabis endeavors. I know you say you was in cannabis. Tell me about that operation, how you get in there, how much time you dedicated to it since you got everything else going on.
I never thought I would get into the cannabis business because I run a nonprofit and I work with kids. I'm thinking how am I gonna do that? And this is 7 years ago when cannabis became very popular in California, where you can open up a dispensary and things of that nature. Just people would come to me, when I get into cannabis, I was I'm the founder of a nonprofit, work with kids. I'm gonna be selling weed. It seemed kind of weird, conflicted. But years later, things have changed and my mind has opened. And one of my mentors, told me about doing cannabis, and I took a workshop. He told me about cannabis in Oklahoma and also in Michigan. Those two of some of the easiest pathways to get to cannabis. Oklahoma it costs $2,500 to get your license. In Michigan, it's $6,000. But if you live in a social equity city in Michigan, which is majority of all cities, you get 25% discount. So your license ends up being $4,500 instead of $4,000 or $4,500 instead of $6,000. So when I took the class and I learned and being around other people, it's about the crowd you hang around with. We all learning together. It's wow, I can do this. So I follow all the different steps that I'm supposed to do. Got my license, my transporter license in Oklahoma. It took me maybe 3 months to get that done. Okay. And I couldn't do all of it in one day. I did a little bit at a time. I said, this time, I'm gonna do that. I did it in chunks. It's like if you had to walk, from your house to school. You do it in steps. So that's how I got my license. And then I said, okay, I found a realtor. He found me some land. My first realtor wasn't able to do anything. Then I got a second realtor. He found land, probably 2 acres of land in Oklahoma. I purchased that. And then Jason Mitchell, the actor who played Eazy-E, he introduced me to his master grower in Oklahoma, because I just happened to be meeting with him. He said, yo, man, I got this master grower, he this and that, such. I said, he gave me his number, I called him, we bonded, and he's a master grower in Oklahoma, and he's going to be growing for us, and he's an equity partner in the business.
Nice.
You see, like, I can't do everything, I'm not a fucking master grower. I was going to have to look for a master grower that had like 8 people that I was going to select, but I met him, and he's perfect because he lives there. I have to move nobody down to Oklahoma or anything like that. He lives there already, he's already growing. So it just worked out perfect.
That's amazing, man. Continue.
Yeah, so it's like steps, and it's like I got the land, but there's no building on it. So we got cement poured on there. That's one expense. And then we with the VersaTube and got it's like a Lego building that you put together. You know, so that's happening right now. That's done. Then we build the inside, get the electrical, so it'll be up and running in March. So just doing little by little, and we up with our first grow in March.
Whew, man, congratulations on all your endeavors, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you got a plan, you got a formula, you got a system in place, and like you say, you're delegating it, you're putting a team together and letting them manage it, you're kind of overseeing everything,
Right.
and that's the way to go, man. And you're doing a wonderful job setting an example for our people, man. I mean, I know I just, finally just met, but I'm very proud of you, man. Keep this going, man, because you're an inspiration to me as well, just watching this journey, and you're doing a lot of the things I want to get into, man. And yeah, man, keep going, man. You're doing great, man. And I want to thank you for coming on the show today, man.
Thank you, brother.
This is awesome, man.
Hey, guys out there, I want to tell you, follow House Out of Order TV on Instagram. House Out of Order TV. Follow us there. Check out what we're doing. Check out the content. And also follow me on Instagram at my name, Baron J. Littleton. Baron J. Littleton. BaronJay. Littleton, Littleton. I'm pretty sure he's gonna put that on the screen, throughout the interview, so you know who you're talking to, so you can follow us.
Yep,
So
as he's talking, you're gonna see the bouncing ball there.
Yeah.
Baron J. Littleton. Oh man, this has been another episode of Sleepers for Billionaires, the podcast. You already know Baron J. Littleton, Jonni Vegaz. Make sure you stay tuned for more episodes to come. Make sure you watch House Out of Order. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Diplomacy for the merch. Stay tuned for more episodes to come. Thank you for watching.
Peace.
I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 million every week. I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 billion every week. I wanna be a billionaire. Billionaire. I wanna be a